Hey, it's Buddy, and welcome to my channel, Buddy Cooks. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make some roasted red salsa. Here are our ingredients, and we have 5 Roma tomatoes, 7 chili de árbol, 2 jalapenos, and 3 serrano peppers, a bunch of cilantro, half of a white onion, and 4 garlic cloves. We're going to cut the half onion into quarters, and we're going to save one of those to dice at the end. The other we'll cut in half again into 2/8, and we'll roast that with our other ingredients. For the Romas, I scoop out the green stem spot at the end before we put everything into our cast iron to blacken. I used a small skillet to boil a little water, and that's where the chili de árbol is going to go. They're a dried chili, so I want to soften them up, and we're going to use a little bit of that water in our salsa later on. On a hot cast iron, we're going to place down all of our vegetables, and I'm not using any oil here. The goal is to cook the ingredients while getting a really nice char on everything, which will give our salsa a great flavor. The only thing left that I didn't put into our skillet is our garlic, which I don't put in till later because they cook really fast and we don't want to burn them up. We will do a little time lapse here, and I keep checking all the veggies and move them in order to get a nice char all over. Now the garlic goes in. Also, the chili de árboles have been boiling now for a bit, so I turn off the heat and very carefully place a plate on top to help keep them submerged and to keep them soaking in that hot water. We are starting to get some char on our peppers, onions, and tomatoes, and I'm just going to keep turning them to get the char on all sides. One thing to mention about the garlic is to keep the paper on them and peel them after. The paper is going to keep the garlic from burning on this hot skillet. Each of these ingredients are going to finish up at different times, so I keep an eye and pull them off when I feel they're ready. That is usually going to go in the order of the garlic, then the onions, peppers, and tomatoes last. The onions are looking pretty good, so I'll go ahead and pull those off, and the peppers won't be too far behind. Now that we've pulled everything off the skillet, I set it all to the side and let it cool a bit before we're going to blend it all together. Here are the chilies, and that water has taken a little bit of the color and essence from them. All of the charred ingredients have cooled a bit. Now I peel the garlic, which is pretty easy as the garlic shrinks away from the paper while it's cooking. At this point, I like to roughly chop the peppers and onions just to give them a head start before going into the blender. This helps incorporate the ingredients well without over blending, leaving some chunkiness to the salsa. I toss a few of the tomatoes in the blender, and then the peppers and the onions and the garlic, and then top it off with the last 3 tomatoes. Now I add just a bit of that chili water before we blend this up. I use the medium setting and pulse the blender a few times until I have the consistency that I want and everything is all blended. Here's what our salsa looks like after blending, but we do still have a quarter of an onion and our cilantro we haven't used, so I'm going to dice both of those up and then add them to our salsa. I haven't seasoned this salsa yet, and so what I use is a teaspoon of salt as well as a teaspoon of chicken bouillon. Now I toss in the onion and cilantro and mix everything together. And now the salsa is done. There's really only one thing left to do, which is dip a chip and enjoy.